I've read and heard a lot of questions from people about cave diving helmets, people wanting to know what's the best kind of helmet to wear for cave diving. So I wanted to put together this quick little video here about what it is that I've been using for a couple of years and what my thoughts are about what features a good cave diving helmet should have. There are some options out there on the market right now. I know that the Light Monkey helmet is a really popular one. Some people use kayaking helmets. Some people use actual dry caving helmets like this Petzl Ekron Rock. Some people use tactical type helmets or other kinds of climbing helmets. And I don't think that those are the best way to go. And this is what I've found to be the best option. This is a toddler's skateboarding helmet that I purchased at Walmart. It's a Bell brand, and I bought this one a couple years ago. And you may be wondering, why get a toddler's one? Well, the reason is because you're actually going to pull out all of the hard impact foam that normally comes in the helmet. It's going to be normally about this thick with all this high density foam that protects in case of a fall. You don't want any of that because it's going to make the helmet unduly buoyant. So you pry all that out with a butter knife or a screwdriver, and then you salvage this comfort foam stuff and you reposition that on the inside of the shell. And when you do it that way, what you get is something that has a really nice snug fit against your head. And the reason that you want to get a snug fit is because it reduces drag. Now with some of the other helmets out there, for example, if someone were to use this Petzl helmet, you see there's a webbing suspension system in there. That's great if you're dry caving and you want something to help cushion in case a rock falls on you or you stand up too sharply and hit your head on the ceiling. It's great for that, not for cave diving. You want it to be really nice and low profile and snug against your head. It keeps the momentum from shaking when you have lights or cameras on and you move your head too quickly. It reduces the amount of momentum that you experience. So some changes that I did to this one is I also put zip ties to zip tie that foam in place. And the reason I did that is because the little glue-on styrofoam jobs, those don't really stick too well, especially when it gets wet. So by putting the zip ties in place, it helps keep it affixed so you don't lose anything. Another modification I made is I put this GoPro mount on the front. And you just take a GoPro camera and you just snap it in place when you're actually doing the filming portion of your dive. You don't have to worry about losing it, and when you're done doing the filming portion of your dive, you can snap it off. Or if you don't want to film a particular dive, you have a really nice flat surface here. That's not really going to catch on anything, and you don't have to worry about other kinds of mounting apparatus for your GoPro. What I did is I took the one that's designed for a helmet, but I scraped off all of the adhesive. It comes with this foam tape, and I don't think that's really terribly secure. So what I did is I used this Loctite repair putty. It's a really nice epoxy plastic type putty, and I put that all around the outside and affixed it to the helmet, and then I spray painted the whole deal black because normally when it dries it's like a light gray kind of white color, and it looked kind of out of place on the black helmet with the black mount. Other things that I've done is I put this big blue light on the side. This is the extra wide one, and I use this light for surveying. I put it on the dimmest setting because when you're surveying you just need to be able to see around you, and when it's on full blast it can be kind of hard to see, especially in low visibility. It's also good for videoing. When I want to do a video, I just click it on and get the full blast effect for shooting video with the GoPro. I fixed it by just running a little piece of shock cord through those two holes and run a zip tie through that one, and that holds it in place. When it's time to swap out the batteries, just unscrew it and pop the battery out and charge it, and then pop back in when you're done. What's real nice about these helmets, in addition to being low profile, is they got these vents on the top. The vents are important because that means when your exhaust bubbles come up and they come underneath your helmet, they're just going to come right out the top. You don't have to worry about them collecting. Compared to this Ekron Rock, there's no vent holes on the top. They're on the sides, but you've got a good space here that's going to collect air bubbles if you were to take this one scuba diving. So that's a consideration. Downsides to a helmet is if you wear a helmet, you're going to have a higher profile. You're going to be scraping the ceiling sometimes when you wear the helmet. That can be a problem if you're going through a really craggly area. You can get little pieces that catch on these vents here, and it can be kind of a bit annoying when you do that. But overall, I think the benefits of having the helmet far outweigh the downsides. So those are my thoughts on cave diving helmets. I think that they're good for side mount diving. For back mount diving, I don't think they're as necessary because you have the tanks that kind of supersede the need for a helmet on your back. But it is nice to have a good place to have your video camera and also a survey light. So that's all.